Here it comes from the Hoopty hangar in Benton, Kansas, YouTube's most exciting hour of fantastic prizes. It's the Hoopty Price is Right! Polo Santillano, come on down! Rob Santori, come on down! Daniel Mihak, come on down! Leonard Zizik, come on down! Now, your host with the most, the Hoopty man himself, Tyler Hoover.
Thank you, and welcome to the Hoopty Price is Right. My favorite show growing up was The Price is Right when I was homesick or determined to wake up by 10 o'clock during the summer with Bob Barker and Rod Ronnie. And now we're putting a spin on it with my Hoopty, specifically Mercedes. I'm giving away 5 Mercedes in this video to these lucky contestants right here, but it is going to be a little different from the game show, starting with the first item up for bids.
A new Hoopty. A 2005 Mercedes C280 with the sport package, complete with major hail damage, poorly repaired accident damage, a cornucopia of warning lights, warmed brake rotors, 180,000 of the hardest mileage imaginable, but it has the incredibly rare manual transmission which almost redeems this massive pile of shit. This C280 can be yours if the Hoopty price is right.
Well, I'm not sure about the announcer's description of this car here because it is a fine sport package with the manual transmission, which does redeem the car. I mean, guys, right? So we're going to keep it just like normal Price is Right rules, the closest without going over on what I paid for it, not the actual retail price, which is what he announced. So you have to guess what I paid. But what's different is the top 2 gets to go up and compete to win this car in a totally different game. So you have the choice to win this car if you win the challenge up here, or pass and come back to bid here, because there are 4 more outside. So with that, we'll start with Leonard of the 911 Den. You bid $2,750. Okay. Danielson, $3,000. Okay, pretty close together. Rob, $3,250. Not a big variation. Polo, $2,200. And, well, I actually paid $2,800 for it. So I believe that's you, Leonard. Woo! And Daniel, you're over. Right. So that's Polo. Right. Polo, you're going up to compete in the first showdown. All right. Well, Leonard of the 911 Den, he drove here all the way from Arkansas to get a Mercedes because you don't own any Mercedes, do you?
No, sir, I don't.
Okay. Well, and Polo, he's been a loyal employee of Euro Asian Auto Inc. I'm getting that really down good now.
Oh, yeah,
for years now, and you are in need of another Hoopty.
Yes, I'm carless.
So what do you think of the Mercedes C280?
It's rough.
Well,
nice.
there's no but there. So this first game involves all the cars behind us here, and specifically what their parts cost. And this is the switch game. So there's going to be 2 prices on 2 different cars, or the same car, 2 different parts. And you have to decide whether that price is correct or it should be switched with the second part. And with that, Rod?
First up is the air suction pipe for the mighty 5.4-liter V8 of the SLR McLaren, built into the Mercedes Crest, and a reconditioned command navigation system that controls most of the operations of a 2004 Mercedes Maybach 62.
So yes, the suck pipe on the SLR, $1,270, or the command navigation, $1,695. And since you were the closest, Leonard, you get to go first. We're going to do 5 of these, best 3 out of 5 wins. Should that stay the same, or should we switch them?
It should stay the same.
Stay the same? Okay. Let's reveal. It's their first time doing this, so it is the same. So you have 1 point.
I have 1 point. Yes.
Very, very nice.
All right.
All right, Kelsey, we have the next item right here.
Now we go vintage to a pair of common failures to make your old Mercedes V8 run poorly. Starting with a Bosch mechanical fuel injection distributor, which looks kind of like an octopus with the fuel lines attached, and the EasyL ignition control computer, which careless car detailers love to power wash during engine bay cleanings and destroy.
So you have to bear with my terrible handwriting here, but the price on the fuel distributor is $547. The ignition box, $889. So Polo, should that price stay the same, or should they switch?
I think they should switch.
All right. And for the reveal, you are correct. So now it is 1-1. We continue.
In the land of luxury comes two very Maybach parts, including the 600-watt water-cooled alternator that runs the endless electronics inside, as well as an air suspension strut which can insulate the occupants from even the deepest of potholes.
All right, Leonard, it is your turn to choose. Obviously, two very, very expensive parts there on a car that I own. Yeah, I'm terrified, utterly terrified. So, should they stay the same at $71.99 for the alternator or $47.90 for the air strut, or should they switch?
Wow. I've paid less for that for my whole car. I think switch.
Switch, all right. And for the big reveal? Ooh, wrong. Unfortunately, that gives 2 points to Polo. He's one away from winning the Mercedes.
Now into the McMurk territory, we have a door shock for the beautiful butterfly doors on the SLR, which love to fail every few years, and a pair of carbon ceramic front brakes, which the SLR was one of the first to offer in a production car.
And once again, we are in very spicy territory when it comes to prices, but not quite as bad on the shocks, supposedly $464, and the ceramic brakes, $20,000. So Polo, is the price right there, or should we switch?
We'll stick with it.
Stick with it, okay. And that is correct. Polo, you have won the car. But of course, there is the choice. You could punt that car and send it back and risk getting another. There's a chance you could not win, but it may be something nicer behind the door. So what are you going to do?
You know, I'm a fan of Hoopties.
So you're going to take it?
I'm going to take it.
Well, congratulations. Leonard, back into the peanut gallery for you. Sorry. Well, let's see the next contestant here.
Tyler Potter, come on down.
All right, so with that, let's see the next item up for bids.
It's a new Hoopty, a 1997 Mercedes E300 diesel, which is the diesel nobody wants because it's the non-turbo model. Thanks to poor paint bonding from the factory, this era of Mercedes would rust away until the spring purchase failed, sending the springs yeeting through the hood and junking the car. But some crazy person cared enough about this car to keep on top of that rust and swap over a complete E55 body kit, interior, and AMG Aero wheels. Because of the durability of these diesel engines and the previous owner that never put much value to his time or money, this E300 runs very well. With an original MSRP of $39,000, this can be yours if the Hoopty price is right.
I cannot believe somebody took the time to do all the E55 swappage on a normally aspirated diesel, but it is a pretty much invincible car if they don't rust apart. And this one, it isn't rusty. It's actually, well, nice isn't the word, but it goes down the road just fine, minus the two flat tires. The seats are very comfortable. E55 seats. The parts on this thing are worth a lot. So with that, what did I pay for this car? Let's start with Rob this time. Rob, you'll give me $500 to burn it to the ground. So write down a number, please. We'll come back to him. All right, Danielson, $2,500. Okay. Potter, 50 cents. And Leonard, $1,700.
$3,750.
$3,750. Okay. All right. Well, I did pay $2,000 for this car. So that is Leonard and Potter, I believe, right? Get to compete on the next challenge to win the E300. You look so excited. Come on. Come on. So this is going to be very interesting here because we have two mechanics, Leonard of the 911 Den and Tyler Potter, well, your whole career basically changing tires at a Chrysler Dodge Jeep dealership. So that is the problem here. If you look, come around, we have two flat tires. Yes, these beautiful AMG Aero wheels unfortunately have some bad tires, but I did bring two spares to mount for you while you're shopping for tires, and then we have a jack and some wrenches here for you to change them. So I think you can see what's happening here. We're going to have a race for a tire change. And it's not just for the car, obviously, it's for the bragging rights. I mean, two hardcore mechanics here. So with that, 3, 2, 1, go.
Jack doesn't fit.
I'll wait till Leonard's goes up enough, I guess. And then you can put it under there. Uh-oh, he didn't break one loose. Okay. Potter is now taking his lugs off. Is that one seized? It might need a kick, yeah? There we go. Okay, it's dead even now. The wheels are off. You gotta go back and get the spare. Hurry, hurry, hurry. This is actually really, really close. A bull in a china closet on this side.
Doesn't fit over the hump. This wheel doesn't fit.
Oh, okay. Well, I have one more. I'm sorry. Here you go. Sorry about that. I pulled them off the same chassis of car. We're tightening on the front and the back. We're just now getting the lugs on. They're being a little stubborn. And, well, it's Tyler Potter. Leonard?
Yeah.
I am sorry. I am very sorry. I mean, you did have the advantage for being in the back since you were much closer to the spare. So that little delay there kind of evened things up, I think. So, Potter, congratulations. Woo! Now, are you going to keep the car? Or are you going to pass and go for something down the line here?
I think I may pass.
Leonard, congratulations. You got an E300.
Nice.
Should have no problem getting home to Arkansas. I promise. Well, Tyler punts on my extremely generous Christmas gift, and Leonard rides off into the sunset. So with that, our next contestant,
Brian Petty, come on down.
all right. Brian Petty, Epicenter Garage. He really needs another car. And with that, let's see the next item up for bids. Here it comes, guys.
A new Hoopty. This 2000 ML55 AMG is finished in a bourbon metallic and is very appropriately colored given its completely history. After spending most of its life in salty Chicago, a really stupid YouTuber bought it, fixed almost nothing, then had it stolen from him. The perp used it as a community bong for a few days before leading the police on a high-speed chase until finally ditching the car in a forest. After extracting it with chainsaws, Hoopty sold it to a Louisiana native who loaned this AMG out to be further abused in various film shoots, including supposedly having its windows shot out on NCIS New Orleans, until Hoopty was dumb enough to buy it back. While it could be driven across country tomorrow, the worn suspension, steering, and other items make this more of a curse than a gift. With an original MSRP of $64,000, this can be yours if the Hoopty price is right.
All right, gentlemen, obviously this is a very, very nice car, but it has been through a lot, and it needs some work. But you could drive it cross country immediately. So, with that, Daniel, $4,000. Okay, we're off to a good start. Potter, $7,000, a high bid here. Rob, $6,200. And Brian, $3,181. So I paid $5,500 to get this ML55 back, but then I spent another $800 at the Car Wizard. So that puts me at, what's the math, $6,300? $100 under there with Rob, and the next closest is Daniel.
Dang it.
All right, gentlemen, our next challenge is right here in this cake. There's a lot of cake in that cake, let me tell you. All right. Knock, knock. It's the car wizard. Wizard, hello.
Hello, how are you?
Oh, just fine. I have Danielson here, your employee.
Hi, boss.
And Rob Santori. They're trying to win the ML55, which you recently fixed some of it.
Which reminds me, before we go any further, I do have a bill for you.
Oh. Oh, well, can I pay you later?
I suppose.
Okay. Anyway, yes, he fixed some of the items on the ML55, but not all of them. But there have been a lot of repairs with the Wizard over the years, and he is going to list some of them, and you all are going to guess the price. Now, there will be a price listed on these repairs, but it is incorrect. So you have to guess whether the price is actually higher or lower than what is listed. And with that, Wizard, what is the first repair?
The first one would be on a Mercedes 500E. It is a tune-up, which, keep in mind, these have 2 distributor caps, 2 rotors, all the wires, everything all involved with that. The car was developed by Mercedes and built at Porsche.
Yes, a very special, very rare car that I do remember that tune-up very well. So, Kelsey, the price of that tune-up, $495. That is incorrect. Rob, since you were closer, you're in first position. Was the price actually higher or lower?
Oh, for that car, it had to be higher.
Higher. Okay, Kelsey? You are absolutely right. Higher, $700. So, Rob, you are up. Now, Wizard, what is the second repair?
The second repair is a 2007 Mercedes E63 power steering pump after you had done a donut with it.
That wagon. Oh, geez. Yep. Yeah, don't do donuts in an E63 wagon because it grenades the power steering pump, as I discovered. And yeah, that was a painful one.
It was painful. It happened like just after it got fixed, you went out and did a donut and burned up the power steering pump.
All right, well, my lovely wife, Ann, has the price here, $900 to do that power steering pump. Now, Daniel, you do a lot of the wrenching, you don't do a lot of the billing, so this might be tough.
I have no idea.
Is that price
go lower?
Lower, okay. It was lower, $575. So Daniel, 1-1. Wizard, what is the next repair?
The next repair is on a Mercedes GL320 CDI.
Oh, ooh, yeah, that was terrible. That was an awful, awful car.
This was a leaking oil cooler line where the repair was just a 50-cent O-ring, just a small seal.
Yeah.
It's a 12-hour job to get to it.
Absolute nightmare.
Very big
You have to
job.
tear apart a bunch of stuff. Basically, darn near take the engine out.
Yeah, top end of all of that comes apart.
Okay, well, Kelsey, that oil line, this is the incorrect price, $3,165. Rob, is the price higher or lower? That is incorrect.
Ooh, that's a tough one. I'm going to go lower.
Lower. Well, it is indeed higher, $4,000. Yeah, it's a spicy one. Don't buy a GL320 CDI. So that's 2 points, Daniel. All right. Wizard, the fourth repair?
The fourth one is going to be a 1973 280 SE 4.5 differential boot.
Oh, that was a beautiful car.
It's a beautiful
car. Yes. So it has a really weird rear axle.
Yes. In order to keep from having to tear the whole thing down, they actually have a boot that has staples. You actually staple it on.
So you cut off the old one, then staple on the new one.
Yes.
Okay. Well, a little bit of a job, but it wasn't that bad. So what was the price? Honey, the diff boot, $690. Now, Daniel, this is your turn. You could win it with this one right here.
Well, I'm gonna guess lower.
Lower. You are correct, $350. So, bidder's choice. Are you going to go for the ML55, or are you going to pass and go for a future Hoopty outside in the dark?
I'm gonna be generous. You can have the car.
Really?
I'm gonna give it up.
Okay, well, let's continue on. Rob, congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
That's a very generous thing to do, Daniel. Yeah.
Thank you, Daniel.
He was the one who worked on it, so I think there's a reason why he doesn't want it. But anyway, let's move on. All right, Rod, let's see the next contestant.
Abdallah Shaban, come on down.
I'm good.
No?
Watch JR go.
Yeah.
Come on down.
I don't think so.
All right. 100% Jake.
Jake.
Come on down.
Jake.
Hang on here.
There's never a Hoopty that Jake didn't like. So, Wizard, you want to play?
I'm good. No, thank you.
Jenny.
No, he'd kill me.
Hey, Polo, you already won. You want to play again? All right. Well, I guess we're just stuck with 3 contestants. Nobody wants to play. They're great prizes. All right. Well, so I guess it's just the 3 of us. So let's see the next item up for bids.
A new Hoopty. This 1995 Mercedes C36 AMG comes with failing paint and 230,000 miles. But it's one of only 1,000 examples sold in the US of Mercedes' first post-merger AMG offering sold through Mercedes dealers. It comes with a stack of service records dating back over 20 years and is an emerging classic quickly gaining in value as the pre-merger Mercedes AMGs, such as the Hammer, shoot through 7-figure pricing. This fully sorted baby Hammer with an original MSRP of $50,000 can be yours if the Hoopty price is right.
I bet you guys wish you played now, huh? That's what you get. No, you can't come in now. See, there were some nice cars out there. This one's very special to me. I've bought it twice now, but I really don't need it. I want it to go to a good home, and I can't think of anybody better than you 3. So, Daniel, $6,000, okay. Potter, $8,000?
$7,400.
$7,400. So, basically, you all suck. I bought this car for $3,500. Right. I bought it for $3,500. I spent $2,200 fixing it up, so that's $5,700. You were all over, so you all lose, but who lost the least? You were 6,000? And you lost the second least. So I get, even though Price is Right rules, you would all lose. I guess you're in for the next challenge. Come on. So are either of you gentlemen golfers?
No, I'm not.
Well, that's unfortunate because this is a putting challenge. The first one is sink one of these balls in the hole, wins the car. Now, to determine who goes first, Daniel, since you were the closest, you screwed up the least, I guess, you get to pick from the 5 cars behind me which one is the most expensive to have an oil change. And then you're going to go down from most expensive to least expensive. 5 cars, top to bottom. So Brian, you can hang out. Daniel, come with me. All right, Daniel, I imagine the first one should be fairly easy, but of these 5 cars, which one do you think has the most expensive oil change?
I would say the SLR.
The SLR, all right, Michael? There's a lot of panels that have to come off, a lot of things. $2,185 from Mercedes because it has a special lift. Yeah, so you're absolutely right. That was the most expensive, but it gets a little harder. You have to get the other 4 right. So which one do you think is the second most expensive oil change?
I'm gonna say the SLS.
The SLS, all right, Kelsey? $325 for that oil change.
Okay.
So the numbers need to keep getting lower from here. So of the 3 cars, the 2002 Silver Arrow, the 1984 300 SD, or the 1985 500 SL, which one do you think is the next most expensive?
I'm gonna say the that one.
That one, the SL, okay. Price $203, so it's going in the right direction. Very, very good. Okay, and now the final 2. Which one?
Right here, the silver.
The Silver Arrow, okay. Price is $185, all right. And that leaves the final one, the 300 SD. If it's lower, you win. Price $178, so you did it. Very good picking. Okay. You get to putt first. So come over here. If you hit that hole in one, you win the C36. If you miss, Brian gets his chance. Whoa! Right off the bat. All right. Well, Brian, come over here. I know you wanted that car. But Daniel did pass on the last one. Is he going to do the same and go for the next car? Or is he going to keep the C36?
Oh, I'm keeping it.
You're keeping the C36? I would think so. All right. Well, congratulations. It's a very nice car. Brian,
Congratulations.
you get one more chance.
All right, come on.
Brian, I can tell you really, really wanted that car.
Oh, that one had my name on it. I did want that car bad.
I apologize, but there is one more chance. Just you two, because the audience doesn't want to participate. So I guess whoever bids closest gets first position. So with that, let's see the next car up for bids.
A new Hoopty. This 1997 Mercedes S500 shows that mileage can be just a number if these cars don't fall into the hands of complete morons, and has triumphed over the last 25 years and 240,000 miles. Over $1 billion was spent on the development of this generation, and the quality of construction and durability shows in this beautifully preserved example of designer Bruno Sacco's masterpiece. With an original MSRP of $87,500, this flagship can be yours if the Hoopty price is right.
All right, gentlemen, this is just a little bit of misty dew on it. From outside, the paint is actually really nice. The interior is really clean. It does have high mileage, but this is a flagship. Really, really nice. I mean, I love this car so much. There's no way you would be upset taking this car home, obviously, but it has depreciated a lot from its $87,500 original MSRP. So how much? Well, this is a tough one. All right, Brian, $5,000. Potter, $4,000. All right, well, Potter, you are right on the money at $4,000. You are over again. So that means, Tyler, you get first position. All right, well, Brian, you weren't much of a golfer, but are you hungry?
I actually am. I don't know about that hungry.
Okay, well, what I have here are two wonderful treats for you. It is a bratwurst with extra sauerkraut. And Tyler, since you were the closest, actually dead on, this is your advantage. You get a little water to wash it down. Doesn't that look appetizing, huh? You guys ready?
Oh, hold on, I only have two hands.
Oh, well, I have that covered right here. Perfect. Okay. 3, 2, 1, go. That was a really big bite. I thought you didn't wash it down. It is extra sauerkraut. No.
What happened to the float?
It's stuck in your throat. I can't tell what he's saying.
Do we have a doctor?
Is it fully cooked? I hope. And did you cook them all the way? Okay, great. All right. Yeah, we did have to reheat them. It looks like they're both struggling here.
What was that for?
Clearly.
Oh my God. $5 for good? You got a GT40.
Yeah, Brian Petty owns one of the finest collections here in this state, and for some reason he's determined to add a Hoopty to it with his 4 GTs and Ferraris and Lamborghinis. Potter, well, we're gonna deviate from Jeeps a little bit here. Yeah, getting close, okay.
I've never had sauerkraut in my life.
Yeah, well, you gotta, I
don't know what it is.
think that is close enough. Yeah, Potter, it's down. Okay. Congratulations, S500, you're flagshipping.
I'm fancy.
Well, that went quite well, I think. The first ever Hoopty Price is Right, 5 new happy owners and one, well, very congested loser. And with that, thank you so much for watching, and help control the pet population. Have your pet spayed or neutered.